petition
what petition?
right now with to get Trudeau to resign whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they're like, this petition, it's like record breaking. It's blah, all these things. I was like, is it record breaking? And I had a quick Google search. And what I found was like the record breaking petition is one that was done very recently to declare a ceasefire in Palestine. That was the record breaking. That was the record breaking.
Didn't even realize I was muted. There. Much love, everybody. Much love. Hope you're all having a good day. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What's going on, Proc?
Yo, I was supposed to be here sooner, but I've got into the habit. I'm ashamed to say it, but I've gotten into the habit of like sitting down when I pee. It's like because I can like pee, and it's even a shame. I'm ashamed to use the word pee, but you know I'm using
That's
my.
okay. You're not the only one. I can't say that I do it, but somebody in this house that is not a female does.
But it's like then I'm like suddenly now a nugget's coming out, and it's like okay, now I'm doing more, and I kind of now I do feel kind of like a chick. Chicks do that, and they probably have healthier.
I had to drop them Cosby kids off, eh?
They have healthier like intestines probably than we do because they have more regular drop offs. Yeah. So, anyway, it just got me thinking about how maybe it's okay to sit down when you pee.
Yeah, well, you don't ever splatter pee on the floor doing it.
Yeah. When I was a kid, or teenager, we mostly hung out at like this one person's house, because their dad was the coolest and their mom was the coolest and let us hang out there. But that was the one thing he said. He was like, "Okay, it's okay. You guys want to come here, play guitar, hang out, but when you're using the bathroom, could you sit down? Because I don't want to wipe out everyone's piss splatters that are everywhere. Like,
Right?
you people are animals."
I agree.
And, you know, I don't think we listened, but I feel bad now. Now, suddenly, when I'm like 40 years old, now I'm sitting down to pee. But anyway, sorry, that was too much maybe for an intro. How's it going, all y'all? Are we streaming on like 6 channels or?
I forgot to add in Rumble, which is what I'm trying to do right now. How do I
feedback?
Settings.
No censorship. Your stream says no censorship.
Yeah.
I don't think you can actually deliver on that.
Well, I can. I just have to delete off of YouTube and we can keep up Rumble. So everybody just has to make sure they're subscribed to Rumble.
That's true. That works, actually. I've seen that work in action where you can totally fuck with the YouTube TOS and do things that are totally bad. And even if someone reports you and with a strike, as long as you just delete the video, they actually nothing happens. They don't care.
Right?
So that's kind of cool.
You know how I know? Because I've been doing it a lot lately. You know why I don't get those watchtower hours that I want? Because I have to delete a lot of streams. Because I say a lot of things that I probably just should shut up, but I can't because the truth is hard to swallow and hard to ignore. And it's hard to, well, it's hard, man.
Are you talking about what we agree with Brett on?
No, I'm just talking about in general, just information and facts and, you know, just everything. What I get strikes for, you know, and, you know, things we're not allowed to say, but we just say it anyway because people want to know and need to know, but the world does, the WEF and stuff doesn't want you to know. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm pretty sure that nobody needs to know what's coming out of my mouth. To be honest, I have enough humility to admit that anything that's coming out of my mouth is pretty much horseshit. It's for fun. It's for shits and giggles. Maybe every now and then I have an interesting fact. Sure. But, you know, I think this is something that lacks in society these days too, is that people think they're so goddamn important. And I'm not, again, I started this off really bad. Like I'm attacking you, but I'm not doing that.
Yo.
But you know, people just feel so important. Like you have to hear what I'm saying. And it's like, no one really, you know, there's no message here except to love each other, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Yo, what up, Daniel? Barry, what's going on?
Sorry, I'm so fucking anti-social and weird.
You know what? I believe in aliens, but not aliens. And I think what comes out of my mouth next, people are going to either hate me for, or I don't know. But you know what? I believe that we're not the first beings on Earth. I believe that in the 1800s, we were wiped out, extinguished, and recreated.
1800s?
Yeah.
It's kind of Mormon shit, kind of. Isn't it? Is that there? I think that's.
But think about in the 1800s, how much of the population got wiped out
in the 1800s
from wars and shit. Yeah.
Don't know. I don't think it's that significant. Could be wrong.
We don't know. Why don't we know? Why don't remember?
No, I don't know.
No, I know you don't know, but there's facts out there. There's stuff out there. I don't want to go fully into detail without my notes, but um, bits and pieces of it are that even Julie says here giants. It's not. It's yes giants, but not necessarily giants at the same time. Yes, there are giants. There was giants that would feed on us. There was giants that would teach us, and you know who does know what?
I don't even really know what exactly we're talking about.
Other
So,
beings, other beings that are not from here. There's a sun. There's another sun, and this is all out there for the public. It's all public information. There's another sun called the dwarf star sun or something like that. The dwarf sun,
oh,
or
Nibiru.
yeah, Nibiru. Yeah,
Yeah,
that orbits that sun, and that sun orbits Earth every 4,000 years or something like that.
yeah, because there is some kind of gravitational anomaly in the solar system still that has not
Mhm.
been fully explained, which is true.
And every time that sun passes close to our sun and stuff like that, it creates a gravitational pull on our
The,
Earth, which is a big reason why it
it's
causes a lot of shift changes on our planet.
I've heard a lot of different things about this, and I don't know. I'm pretty old, guys. Like I'm 40,
But all of it leads to the same
but
thing. All the different stories, all the
it.
different outcomes, it all leads back to the same thing. Where
But
would it
I'm
be
just
coming
saying
from?
in my personal experience, I've gone down the rabbit hole on stories like this and this one exactly over the years, and it really, for me, it never really led anywhere, and I had to come back myself and just say, it's an anomaly, but do I really believe that we're in a bi-solar system? I don't know. I don't know about that, but I think these topics are like they're fun to talk about for people who don't, you know, under maybe. Here's the thing too, is that we are people who totally accept that the world and the governments and everything is corrupt as fuck. Whatever your view of it is, you could be a right winger, left winger, whatever it is. You One thing we do all agree on is that the government is fucked and it's fucking us in different ways.
Okay. Yeah.
And so once you accept that we're being fucked and lied to, it becomes, for a lot of people, that's hard to accept too. That a lot of people will never accept that because it makes them uncomfortable and anxious. They don't know how to wake up tomorrow and go about their daily life to, be awake in the matrix or whatever, right? But
Well, that's the thing is we are living in a matrix.
but once you
What would you say to me telling you that we're in basically like we're basically like interdimensional or not interdimensional, but like a fourth or fifth dimensional beings in a third dimensional form, and everything that we see is not actually what we see.
Okay, well, I'll say this.
We
When
can
I think
only
of
so we can control the first dimension, which is a line, and the second dimension, which is a square, but we're inside of the third dimension. We cannot control it.
well,
And
well, I just
But then
think
you got
about
the fourth dimension where they could look at us having this conversation right now. They like looking through a ceiling right down on us. Like we're having this conversation right now when we started this live and when we're done all simultaneously.
I think about it in terms of mathematics because that's just how I was taught to think about first, second, third, and fourth dimension, and beyond that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so to me, you know, the fourth dimension, which is supposed to be time, is rarely, things like this are rarely applied to your day-to-day life, you know. Same with like quantum mechanics. Now, there's a long time ago, this
I will, Julie.
this documentary came out, and it was called "What the Bleep Do We Know?" And it was a very fascinating documentary about quantum mechanics and its possible applications to day-to-day life. And you know, they used the experiment where the old guru monk like meditated on these jars of water, and then they like looked at them under a microscope, and he would meditate peace into one, and he would meditate anger into another, and then it would like look different under a microscope. And like
Yeah, with water. Yeah. That was the Chinese professor.
Sure, but I mean, this is like that's the kind of science this documentary and this whole way of thinking is based on, that you can alter your reality with something like affirmations alone.
We're 75 to 80% water, and then our brain's even more than that.
Now, I believe in something like that. Now, but okay, so say now we're talking about something like affirmations or trying to control, you know, your reality, because quantum physics can be controlled, and there's all this wave.
But you can, because matter can be harnessed and matter can be used.
This is my disconnection with the for example, and I brought up this documentary, What the Bleep Do We Know? No one said they saw it, but I think this started.
Hey, Lucifer.
This started a lot of this way of thinking in a way, and I think that there's no actual scientific basis to
lay down
that you can control the future with your state of mind. There's no science to that, but there is a spirituality kind of thing to that, where these things are just a symbol of how you're supposed to kind of act as a good person. And like, you know, yeah, if you focus your thought in a good way, you will have generally positive outcomes in your decision making. But I don't see it as like a science, because it isn't, because there's no link between your decision making and quantum physics.
Do you know why babies are born with a soft spot on the top of their head?
I don't know. I don't know why.
Because it's not ungrown or undeveloped skull. It's your third eye, and all people have it. Everybody has a third eye. The problem is we cover it up and we don't use it. We don't harness it. We don't expose ourselves to the sun. We don't look at the sun. We don't look at the light. We don't do any of that shit that we should be doing. We eat junk. We destroy our bodies. We don't fucking become one with Mother Nature. We wear rubber soles on our feet to fucking
insulate. Insulate's the word. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Fucking somebody was trying to call me. But
so okay.
Yeah, like we wear rubber on our feet and we disconnect. It disconnects our body from being able to ground with the earth. Like the earth, we resonate with the earth, and the earth is alive just like we are, right? And we can heal. You know how they say we can heal ourselves with our mind? Together, we could also heal the earth as well with our bodies, and our bodies with the earth, just by using your mind.
Sure. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say now. Shit. Stupid. Typical Rocky.
Julie, you're right again about the software. I know I'm not really wrong about a lot.
Yeah, just parts of this are okay. I guess I was talking about how. Fuck. God damn it. Coda, this is a Highlive. I got high. Where's your joint?
I've been smoking the bong.
Fuck. Shit. Again, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, see, look at Julie says trees and humans share 46% of the same.
I think it's way. I thought it was way higher than that. But
it's because we're connected with the earth. So no, so okay, so with that being said, with the grounding and the third eye and all that stuff, we are able to
the third eye.
manifest and harness matter.
So where is the third eye?
Right here. Right here on the top of your head.
And that's linked to what, your pineal gland, right?
Yes, your pineal gland, yes.
So that's what I was that's the information that was floating around when I was younger and I wasn't as much of a nerd.
They say that your forefront is your
pineal
eye, but
the pineal gland is literally like in the base. It's at the very top of your spine, in the base of your skull. It's almost like in your throat area. That's where the pineal gland actually is.
The other smoke.
There's no more, man.
There's still another pack. I bought 3. Sorry. Continue, Procky. What were you saying there?
Oh, just saying that your pineal gland is not in where the third eye is supposed to be at all. That's what I grew up believing too. But the pineal gland is actually like it at the base of your neck, at like right where your spinal column starts. It's inside your neck. And it's an old left. If you believe in Darwinism, for example, it's an old leftover kind of reptilian brain.
What's going on, Robbie?
So, like, yeah, that's what like bands like Tool talked about and shit. But the pineal gland being your third eye is not technically accurate in any way.
Oh, he's trying to get every little last crumb that Bobby's gonna get.
So anyway, these are just little things that I learned over time that I had to, say, oh, I was a little bit wrong about certain things.
Right.
Which that comes with the territory of straying into, pop spirituality.
Yeah.
Alexa's in tap. She's having a heyday.
Uh-oh. Chris is going to make sure. I think Alexa's listening to our conversation now, Procky.
That's fine.
Yelling at us through the bathroom.
It's my fault, Chris. I did it. I talked about things. Pineal gland is deep within the brain, and ours has been calcified by fluoride. Exactly. No more fluoride. If we can
where
continue.
Where I have lived and grown up for the last 40 years, and even way before that, they never put fluoride in our drinking water for this entire area.
Right.
If there was a big difference between areas with fluoride and areas without it, I don't know if we'd be able to talk in the same chat right now. Sorry, you want me here for what I think. I'm a big debunker. You guys know that about.
Well, I think if we completely rid ourselves of fluoride, we'd have better access to our minds and stuff, and we'd have better access to the world and to the earth. Better connection, anyway.
The only place you're gonna find fluoride here is in your toothpaste or at the dentist's office.
Well, that's why they say there's these ingredients that you can use from home, and you use it every once in a while, and you don't ever have to brush your teeth. Your teeth will be 100% healthy, stay white, and be fucking good, because everything that's in toothpaste is fucking bad for you, and you should not use it.
Yeah, but that's why you're not supposed to swallow it. Right?
Yeah, exactly. You're not supposed to swallow the fluoride, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like, for example, in Canada, most places in Canada have never put fluoride in their water. So when people talk about fluoridated water, they really are highly referring to many towns in the US. So it's a hard debate to get into because they've never done it here where I live, ever.
I can say that they put bleach in the water.
Yeah, it smells like it.
They use certain like bromines here.
Yeah, they do.
But it's similar to what you would do with your own well.
Yeah.
It smells like a pool chemical.
Pretty much, yeah.
It depends too highly on your source. Here, I'm really spoiled. I'm sorry, but we have like snow water all the time for our.
Like you get straight up glacier water, man.
It's pretty much Evian for free.
Yeah. Natural spring glacier water. Fuck.
But yeah, you know, there's something to the fluoride water thing. But like, don't ask me to talk about it because I don't believe in it. Because I think that if there were towns that had fluoridated water and it fucks you up and it calcifies your glands and it controls your mind and all this shit, well, you'd see a huge difference between humans from
But
the
you
city.
do, and it does. Look at all the sheep out there.
Yeah, I don't think. No, sorry, but I could
What
use
we heard on the
anyone.
radio today?
Listen to this.
AI generated coffee beans that have mind control microbes
It's
in them.
completely changing the subject.
No, but this is what we heard,
We heard
on
it
the
on
radio.
the radio.
I know it's
Okay.
changing the subject, sorry, but
On the
I'm
radio,
starting
they
to
said
think
they
that
created
your
a new
water is
coffee bean.
fluoridated.
but yeah, for
Well,
fluoridated water, yeah. No,
I'd rather fluoride water than a fucking AI brain controlled fucking coffee.
Your water is fluoridated because it's making you change the subject. I'm joking, but I do want to hear about that. What were you saying? AI something?
We
What was
heard it
that?
on the radio today when we were at work.
Word. What?
They made a new coffee bean.
It's AI.
It's an AI generated, AI grown coffee bean that's supposed to have the technology that they use to make the coffee bean. They're saying is also the same technology that you would use if you were to inject somebody with mind controlling microbes. It's the same nanobot technology.
Yeah, you know what's actually really funny about that is I just seen.
Yeah, take profit. You fucking work, jackass.
How do you think we buy nice things? How do you think we have money? How do you think we buy takeout? How do you think we buy groceries and pay bills and keep that thing on right there? That's called a light.
And the phone.
And have data on my phone.
And pay for StreamYard.
And pay for StreamYard. I didn't pay for Wi-Fi.
Like, come on.
Like,
I hear AI nanobot coffee beans,
But
and I just have
listen,
to laugh.
no,
I'm
I
sorry.
believe that because I just seen a podcast premiere today, and this guy was talking about how it asked AI, how would you take over the world? And AI said it would start off by programming itself into the motherboard, starting to take over computers, building itself into mainframes, and then starting to control the minds of humans so that you basically fucking worship AI.
Sometimes,
and that's exactly what's happening.
Bro, okay, here's my point of view. Sometimes I think of these AI queries where you ask AI things. And the way that I look at it, with at least my understanding of things, is that you might as well ask your fucking car how it's going to run today. And really, it's going to depend on your input at the end of the day. So if you could ask your car all day how it's going to run, and it's going to tell you whatever because a script is programmed to tell you something.
Hey,
but
Wolf.
If you don't ask it, and AI works the same way, you can ask it questions, but you can add things to your question, and you can ask questions in certain ways that change the answer. And that's exactly how a car works. How are you going to run today, car? Well, it depends how much gas you give me. You know, and how fast you're willing to drive. And that's how AI works too.
Oh, that too.
So
but we don't pay for our beautiful good looks.
You're gonna ask AI to do something. Well, it depends how much gas you're willing to put into it. And they're both machines that are there to serve us.
Well, if you think about it, it's all machines, and they say they're there to serve us, but is it just a distraction until they have enough power to control us? Because think about it.
I don't really believe in all that.
Have a mind of their own.
I really don't believe in all that, but I would say that if you want to attack AI, go for the power consumption that it's using in the United States alone and Canada, because the power consumption of the data centers that run AI, that do everything from generating AI photos to predicting what you're going to type next on your iPhone. They're all handled by the same AI data center, and it all takes a certain amount of compute, and it costs electricity, energy. And as of now,
why do you think they don't want us
they
to
are
make
outputting
efficient electricity? Why do you think they don't want us to make efficient fucking energy? Because AI can't attack it or hack it or get into it.
A while ago they went after crypto, because crypto has these crazy powerful computers that generate insane heat and electricity to do crypto. And now they're doing AI with basically the same computers, really.
People are getting AI to do their crypto for them, and their stocks and their bonds and everything. You can literally get AI to make you rich.
That's super old, but yes. I'm sure it's getting better than ever, but it's really old. That's old.
I'm seeing videos now of people like legit
micro trading
that I've been following for a while have said, I've tried AI a couple times and it's never lost me a bid.
Well, that is probably why, and I want to follow AI closer than I do, because it's been going on for a while. There's all these serious conversations happening around the world, and I have not cared until kind of recently. I want to look more into that, and I want to listen, because I think exactly what you said is a big part of this, is that AI is going to be able to, give you stock suggestions and shit like that.
Right. Well, think about the people who said things like TikTok and YouTube would blow up, and they were the first ones on it, and now they're the biggest people on them, right? Like Gary Vaynerchuk and fucking Mr. Beast and all these top YouTubers, right? Now think about all the people that have been saying AI is now going to be the next best thing, and you should get into it now, because if you don't, it will be too late. And now I'm thinking, like, as much as I hate AI, as much as I'm against all that shit, is that the road maybe we should be taking? Should we try to get ahead of the curve here?
Here's what I'll say about it, I guess, is that, like most tech trends that happen, I am increasingly worried about how they affect society in general, because it's all so new.
That's my biggest worry, right? Like, is that?
And we don't know how society is going to react or reshape itself, and we're all, I think, very optimistic.
And is using this going to bring us closer to digital fucking currencies and digital IDs? You know what I mean? Like,
sure, that's another thing altogether, for sure. But
I know it's not, whatever, but like, it is a concern.
Well, yeah, no one wants their, currency, personal currency, whatever you have, few dollars to get a pack of gum.
Let's just say I did throw down $500 tomorrow on a new stock and bond that AI told me to, and then I fucking made like 500 grand within a month. Like, you know what I mean? And then
I don't even want to pay for
digital currency and shit like that. Then are we gonna have to fucking not be? We're not gonna be able to pull that out. We're not gonna be able. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to pay for a pack of gum using digital currency sometimes, because, and I see people who use their phones to pay for things, like, because you can tap your phone. Usually it works fine, totally cool. But when it doesn't work, it takes so much time to figure out, and they have no idea what to do.
They're like, how am I going to pay for my stuff now? Because I don't carry cash.
So it can become a bit of a, you just have to think about that. I'm not saying it's a reason to throw out the whole idea. I'm just saying, figure it out.
Do you know how many times we've forgotten our bank cards to go for coffee or something in the morning? And, oh, no, wait, there's cash.
Wait.
Yeah, but it's weird these days.
Stop being stupid.
If you give anyone cash, like a cashier anywhere, they look at you like, are you fucking making me do extra work right now? You cocksucker.
Yeah, I'm making you do your job that you work for and get paid for to do. Yes, I am. Absolutely so. Yeah.
But I don't even know how to count money.
It's easy. 25, 50, 75 $1. Oh, look, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, look, 20, 40, 60, 80.
Dude, you just crushed counting so fucking hard.
Fucking 721 or 714 21 28, like fucking 918 24. Fuck.
So if your leaves, oh wait, hold on. Let me
I
go
was
into.
probably wrong on that one. I was off on that one.
I have to go into Olivia Chow mode here.
What?
Okay, so the Toronto Maple Leafs,
The Maple Leafs.
Toronto Maple Leafs, if they happen to win game 2, how do you like the chances?
I don't like Johnson's.
Where's Nylander, right? First of all, where's Nylander?
I don't know.
He literally
Eric.
played William Nylander.
Sorry, I'm not moving. I'm just pulling up my
Is
pants because this douche fuck keeps pulling them down.
Is it Nylander or Nylander?
It's Nylander. Nylander.
He played all 82 games of the season and racked up 40 goals, and now he is out for some reason, and they're not saying why.
Matthews is going to be the next one.
Let me check actually. So right now they're in second intermission, Toronto, Boston.
And right now I can tell you that Matthews has the most goals in the whole fucking league.
Well, yeah, 69.
Oh, perfect. Look, there's even a thumb that popped up.
Oh, but he has 2 assists now. He didn't score a single point in the last game. Oh shit.
Gotta hold it there.
That's rough.
Gotta hold it there for a second.
That's rough for Matthews, but he's now has 2 assists.
Like fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah, Matthews is all right. Matthews, Marner, they're all right, but I don't do hockey very much. I mean, ask Akala. He does hockey. He likes to make money. He only watches it when he bets on it.
Which is every other day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He just sent me his last couple bets, and he was one off, and then one. He's only ever like 1 game off when he loses. It's fucking crazy. I'm like, how? Like when I do the fucking sports betting, I'm all games off. All games off. 1 game win. Ooh, woohoo. And then the one that I won at his house, we got a $500 or $400 payout, and we both picked a couple teams. And I was like, I'm gonna lose. We didn't even check it. And then we looked online, we pulled up the game, and we were winning in the last game. So we went online and we checked our games. Every single one had won. So we started watching the last game. We were like, no way. And then our team, it was Toronto versus something, and they were up 3-0. And then in the third period, the other team caught up and got 4-3. And then by the very last fucking minute, Toronto won. And we fucking won that payout.
Yes.
So that's the only time I do sports. Give me the money.
You just wait for Dad to pet you.
All right. Well, I won't keep you apprised of what's happening with the Leafs then.
The Leafs are all right. I mean, if they're winning and they're going to win a cup.
Aren't they gone golfing?
Well, they're in the playoffs.
Oh.
Whoa.
They're literally playing the Boston Bruins right now.
Oh yeah, that's why they're going golfing.
Huh.
They're going to choke. Boston's fucking gonna.
That's really what
What's the score?
Hey, let's be fair. I generally do expect that of Leafs fans, so whatever.
What's the score?
You sound like a Rivia Chow. It's the Reeves.
The Reefs are going to lose
We
versus
are
Boston.
going-
Rush the
Boy.
score of Reeves.
The Bruins.
The Leafs give you a happy ending.
Yo, what's the score?
It's 2-2.
Oh,
2-2. I remember Jonathan 2-2.
Jacob Tutu. Was
Jordan.
it Jacob Tutu?
No, Jonathan.
Jordan.
No,
It
it was
was
Jonathan.
a show.
No, he was a hockey player.
Oh no, I'm talking about the kids show. Jacob Tutu.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You're so much younger than us. My kids watch that show.
No, my kids watch that
Mhm.
show. That's what I
No,
mean. My
yeah,
son
no.
watched that
I
show.
was talking about the hockey player.
Oh,
Yeah. He
It's
was.
Jordan.
Jordan Tutu.
Was it Jordan? Let's see.
Google.
Google that shit.
Hey, Google.
8-point fire. Much love. Much love to you in Toronto, Scarborough area.
Yeah, it is Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan Tutu.
Yeah.
We
he
definitely haven't been talking about anything interesting because the chat is just,
He was.
I mean, it's okay, but it's pretty much dead.
Do we have to start talking about Brett?
Um,
I'm just
Not
kidding.
really. All I
What do you
have
want to
say-
talk about, guys? Do you want to talk about how fucking should we say it? Hold on. Procky, fuck. I can't mute with you. I have to mute, like, fuck sakes.
Oh, it's Chichu.
I can't mute the chat and talk to you without the chat hearing us because we're live.
Sorry, I was mixing up between Chichu and Tutu. Because it was Jonathan Chichu.
And Jordan Tutu.
Toot toot.
Tutu.
He was like Inuit or something. He was a big fucking.
Yeah.
He was a fucking BFI.
Well, both of them, Chuchu and Tutu, were both.
That's right. Rutu and Tutu, right? Rutu.
Chuchu. Chuchu.
Choo
And
like a train? Chichu. I thought it was
No,
Chichu.
yeah, Chichu. Sorry.
Oh,
Chichu.
there was also a
Hey, son,
Rutu
honey.
as well.
Yeah, there was.
Those fucking Inuit boys are big.
Oh, they were fucking. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Much
They were
love, son,
good
honey.
players.
These
Yeah.
are fucking. You know, when it comes to hockey in Canada, you got to contend with our homegrown whale wrestling native people who wrestled.
night in Canada.
They wrestled whales for thousands of years, and now they're on the ice. So you better look out. You
They've
better
always
look
been
the
on the ice.
fuck
What are you
out.
talking about?
These
They
boys
weren't
can
using
fuck.
pucks. They were using fucking cow patties.
These boys can put a whale down with their bare hands. So you better
Right.
look the fuck out.
Look the fuck out. Here we come. We're gonna plow through you like a choo-choo train.
Right? Bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, remember, like a lot of natives here, like I played against and played with, man. They weren't small fucking boys, and they had a slap shot and a half, man.
Oh,
They were mostly
yeah.
defenders.
I miss playing on.
They were mostly defenders, and they had a fucking slap shot and a half. They
You
could
have to do
skate.
defense.
Oh no, a lot. They were natives, man, and they were like fucking big boys, like 15 years old and like fucking 250 pounds to 300 pounds, man. And having that coming to you on fucking skates, man.
How do you think I felt? Fucking 70 pounds playing hockey, right wing defense.
Yeah, but at least you know if it's defense is not going after defense.
Would using your phone not read your data? What? Use your data? I'm on the Wi-Fi right now. When I'm outside streaming, I use my data.
Uh.
I'm using Wi-Fi right now.
Wi-Fi.
I just hit no frills. Noticed many groups of 3 military-age Jeets, all paying with Presto refugee credit cards. Brand new top of the line clothing.
Don't say the word Jeets. Oh shit! I just said it. Fuck.
Why?
Well, it's a bad word.
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a racist word.
Oh.
You know,
No, I don't know what it means.
Me neither.
Pajit.
Eh?
Pajit.
I don't know what that means.
It's a bad.
Pajama?
In what language?
Who's it derogatory
Punjabi?
towards, kind of?
No, just
Bobby?
Pajit. Don't say it, and we definitely do have to delete the live now.
Uh-oh.
Who's
Yeah,
it
well, just say,
derogatory against,
yeah.
though?
So just
like,
say it now. Since we have to delete it, just fucking.
I said it. I just said it.
Yeah, but
What race is it derogatory towards?
Oh, like like brown people,
Okay.
like Indians,
okay, yeah, okay.
like it's subcontinent of India. I mean, it's very
So it's like
widespread.
saying the N-word to black people.
Yeah.
It pretty much you can apply it to like anyone from India, like no matter what their personal individual conflicts are. Like, you know, like Punjabs are very in conflict with the Indian government, so they're different people, right? Because they come from different regions. So like, if you call a Punjabi Hindu, he'll fucking lose his shit. If you call a Hindu Punjabi, he'll lose his shit, right? But so
They're still the same person.
but Pajit is kind of to call all of them from our white point of view. We see them all the same. You're all just brown people. You're
I wonder what would
It's just like,
happen.
well, it'd be
It's
calling,
like black people.
it's just be calling like fucking natives.
I wonder what would happen if I called a Korean a Chinese guy.
It's kind of like that. It is. That's why you call them all. That's why you call. What do we call all Asian people? Not the bad word. There's other words. I don't know. There is no actual blanket term for them.
Chink.
Well, not that one, because that's just Chinese people.
Oh,
This is Chinese people.
Hey, so I don't know. You weren't on the stream the other day when I asked this question, and it was Chris's original question. If everything that's made in Canada is from China, or everything in Canada is made from China, does that mean everything in China is made in Canada?
No.
No, because China, I was reading up on that. China is actually having issues selling premium top brand in China because everything is made in China. So Chinese people are rather just buying fucking knockoffs than paying for Apple and Samsung and fucking shit like that.
Apple is made in China.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. The Chinese people rather.
I think they make them in India now. The
Blackview
new iPhone.
or like the Blackview or the new fucking like the ones that I have. The
HTCs
cheaper phones.
And,
yeah,
Samsung.
No, not even the Samsungs. They stay away from
Samsung's
Samsungs,
Korea, isn't it?
Fucking Apple, anything that's mainstream in the US or Canada, Chinese people do not buy. They stay away from that.
Because you know it's fucking shit.
Weird, eh?
But everything from there is sold here.
Because it's all a consumer fucking thing, right? Because a phone will only last you 2 years, but get a phone from China, like a knockoff brand that Caleb has.
He's still using it.
I'm still using it. I've used it in my pouch. I've thrown it how many times? Like, and it's still highly functional, still fully waterproof, still fucking.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like 7 years old. Like,
is enemy combatant more politically correct?
And I've went through 2 fucking phones. I went through my iPhone and now the fucking.
Oh no! When
phone.
the Samsung S9 originally came out, that was when the iPhone 10 came out, and I went brand new and bought me and my mom both the same phone. She got the S9, I got this iPhone 10, and fucking, she still got the same phone, and it barely runs.
Because it's updates, right? And after so many updates, or after so many years, the phone stopped updates
coming out. They don't make new updates for old phones anymore.
But for Chinese phones, there's not really an update to do because it's not from here. It's global. It's using global positioning instead of
or GMS or whatever it
is. Yeah, GMS instead of just your UMS around here, right?
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Yo, Procky.
Yo.
You have an iPhone, don't you? Yeah, you do.
No. I'm actually running a off the market mobile device that is happening to run iOS at the time. Like that we're speaking right now. It's running iOS.
iOS?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't think you can find these things in stores, but
yeah, it's called an iPhone.
No, it's running iOS right now.
But
what kind of phone is it?
Well, it's like not really on the market. Doesn't have a name.
No, but what kind is it? Because I have a lot of phones, like
off
I said,
the market phones.
The off the market phones.
It's kind of like it's actually kind of an experiment of a phone.
Oh, nice. See,
So you can run several different operating systems on it. You know, it doesn't have to be an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever. You can make it kind of run whatever you want.
nice. So technically, it's just a hack phone,
It's just a little computer, so whatever. Fuck them.
right? Fuck 'em.
I'll run whatever I want on my hardware. Thank you very much.
So does that mean you have, like, do you still have a phone plan?
Yeah, I have a phone plan. Sure.
Okay. Like, okay.
Like I have a phone number.
No, yeah, but no, I'm just making sure that it might be, you might have it for free. Fuck, I don't know.
No, I don't know. That's old school shit. Having free phone numbers.
Hey, I have that.
The Wi-Fi phone numbers.
Yep.
No, pagers are the way to go.
Pagers. That's what I've been telling people. I said, you know what? Here's a little thing there for all the people lurking in the background that I know fucking watch me that are freedom fighters and shit. Y'all guys want to make a plan and actually not have infiltration? Why don't we start passing around some fucking pagers and some CB radios and some shit that's actually like not
Well, CB radios
hackable?
CB radios you can just tune into that channel. And
yes and no. If you all have a once in a while meetup spot,
You just run
only you guys
encrypted.
know that channel.
You just run
So
encrypted
how one of
VHF.
you guys,
If you
would-
want like a radio thing, but
well, something, right? So like, if only you guys know that channel, then you know one of you guys are an infiltrator.
yeah,
if that
well,
channel gets out,
yeah, you can get a license if you have,
right?
yeah. If you
you
get,
can play mind games with information. Yes.
Exactly.
Because I don't think what you're even talking about isn't technology. You're talking about planting information and seeing where it leads.
Yep.
yeah,
Which could
well,
apply to any fucking app or
yeah,
any.
you can do that on Facebook, fuck,
Yeah, you plant information and see where it leads.
right?
That's
And
classic.
all-
That's like
all misinformation.
espionage 101.
That's called misinformation on YouTube.
Right. We just call it clickbait.
But if you want to have like a private place to chat, I don't know, what do people do now? Telegram, I guess, or
Telegram.
Signal.
it used to be WhatsApp, I think, but then WhatsApp like sold themselves out or something. I never.
Signal and Telegram. Yeah.
At the same time, it's like no one actually seems to care. They just say whatever they want on Facebook.
Yeah.
And there's way more people on Facebook than, for example, Twitter, where on
There's
Twitter,
a lot of people on Facebook, dude.
Twitter, you can say pretty much whatever you want, and that's fine. You're not going to get targeted or muted for the most part, unless you keep using the bad F word.
As much as I used to say there's not a lot of people on Facebook, like, because all the people on YouTube that don't have Facebook, there's a lot of people that are on Facebook.
Oh yeah, isn't there like 2 billion people on Facebook or 3 billion?
Something like that, but it
If
is in the
that's-
billions, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot higher than any other site.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how many people in the world? 8 billion?
Yeah.
And that's because you have,
They think.
especially on Facebook, you have all these community groups. You know, I haven't
Like
used
20%
Facebook.
of the population.
Dude, I quit Facebook in May 2015. Don't ask me why, but in
Fuck,
May
I
2015,
started.
that's
I started-
almost 10 years ago. And, now I'm out of the loop with my community, but not really, because I still go outside and talk to my neighbors, right? Like, you can still be a member of your community without Facebook. So
Really?
there's a lesson.
Really? You can do that?
There's a lesson for everybody.
That word of mouth?
Oh my God.
Oh my god! Like
Who knew?
I'm pretty sure that's how I get most of my jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Pretty
word of
that's how
mouth.
I always got all my work too. Word of mouth.
Oh, word of
people
mouth, 100%.
working, coming up on the job site,
Right?
Getting ads up around town.
And
handing
even
out business cards, knocking doors.
Hey, Facebook is still full of real people, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yo, do you know how normal social media is now? I don't know if I told you about this, but last year when I was knocking doors to get us work, okay, people were looking at me like I was a fucking criminal coming on their property.
Well, no shit.
And I'm like,
but
what?
Anyway,
I'm just here to give you a business card.
obviously Anyway, yeah.
Obviously,
No,
fuck
Coda's there to
you.
rouse them.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like, like
It's
Yeah, no, I know how.
if I wanted your work, I'd find you in the yellow pages, or that's how I used to do it. Now it's like, fuck, go on Facebook, go on this, go on that. Everybody's got a website. Fuck, go on this, and then you'll find your work.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do word to mouth anymore. That's why I say it's weird. It's weird because you go to knock somebody's door to do sales, door-to-door sales, and people aren't used to that shit anymore, right?
no more
So they look
soliciting
at you like you're fucked.
because people are not used to soliciting.
Yeah.
And people are not used to having the Jehovah Witness coming knocking at their door and be like, "Oh, you're knocking at my door! Get the fuck off my property now!" Slap.
But in that aspect, if I look at your house and I know for a fact that I can see you have a leaky roof, and I'm gonna knock on your door and I'm gonna tell you, hey, your roof is leaking and you need to get your roof repaired, and I think I could be the guy to do it.
Right.
That
Right?
does seem high pressure.
But even that, people look at you and they're like, why are you knocking on my door?
Yeah.
Right? That's the first thing. Why are you knocking on my door? But yet again,
Yeah.
you just told them why.
Right.
But he's still looking at you. Why did you knock on my door?
Right.
If someone came and knocked on my door right now, I'd be like, yo, hold
Right?
up, punk. Hold up, punk.
What is it, Halloween? Trick or treat.
Right.
But that's just me too. I kind of agree with people who would, be apprehensive about door-to-door sales.
I love door-to-door sales, man. That's how I used to make money.
For example, we advertise sometimes, and we'll put up flyers here and there, kind of thing. It's not too intrusive,
Nope.
because but I never done door-to-door sales, for example. But I have done cold calling though. I've had whole jobs where all I did all day was dial hundreds of numbers to people who ran different businesses and schools and anyone who would buy our software. And I would say, hello, my name is blah, blah, blah from this company. Are you concerned about your internet security?
Click.
Because we have, hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
But dude, it's funny. Like you do that enough every day for a whole week, and you're gonna make thousands of dollars. It's fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, cold calling is the best. Yeah, because it's like marketing, right? It's a different way of marketing.
It's grind, click, click, click. But same thing with going door to door for roofing. I made fun of Coda a bit, but like I'm now saying what you're doing works.
Well, dude, if you go and sell a roof for $10,000 and you get 20% just for the sale, that's $2,000 profit in your pocket, and that's not even including doing the job. Right now, I'm doing the job too, and now you're gonna pay me a flat rate to do the job too. Okay, so now I just made fucking $4,000 to $5,000 in fucking 2 to 3 days, maybe, depending on the size of the roof and the amount of employees.
For sure, like I've gone through. I'm in construction too, of course, and I do tile. But I've gone through hard, slow times where there's no work, and done. Maybe not knocking door to door, but definitely going door to door with flyers and meeting people on sites. And when shit's slow, you do what you have to do, and you spend a whole day knowing you're not going to maybe earn $1.
Oh yeah.
But you go around and you fucking,
put
your business out there.
What I would call sales day.
It's just like cold calling. It's just like the cold calling. It's the same thing. But, we had good success with that.
Well, and when you're doing sales, like door-to-door sales, you gotta know that day that you're doing the sales, you're never going to make money that day.
We also have luck because we can speak English, and this is kind of, this is just a thing, but like especially around here,
Right?
if you can speak English and communicate with somebody, one of your customers, that goes really far these days. And I don't want to make, this is not an opinion about immigration or anything like that. It's an observation from my point of view, is that people would rather deal with someone who can understand what they're saying.
I have a saying for immigration: fuck immigrants.
I
I'm
don't
not
want to.
I'm
I
not
don't want to say
racist,
that.
but fuck the ones who are putting Canadians on the street.
I
Other than
definitely,
that,
I definitely wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't say that. I'm not gonna. I'm not
I
gonna go
would.
that far,
I would.
because immigration has been a huge part of the building of this country, and
Yes and no. Yes and no.
it's a very complex issue where
Coming together, and doing things together has been a big part of building this country. Um, Destroying each other, destroying our history, and destroying what we believe in, that's been a big part of destroying everything. And immigration now is not the same as what it was before. Immigration back when was, they would come, they would work, they would go back home, or they would come, they would help build, they would make themselves Canadian citizens, and they would actually love Canada, and they would participate with other Canadian citizens. Nowadays, immigration is coming in, taking our homes, our jobs, splitting our families up, protesting against our government, and beating us in the streets for doing the same thing. That's the kind of immigration that I'm talking about, that I do not agree with. If you're going to come to my country and you're going to protest against my government, and then you're going to beat me and my citizens because of the fact that we just want the same fucking thing, then I think you're a piece of shit.
yeah,
And that's
we
my
don't.
personal opinion, right?
We obviously don't agree with using violence to achieve, uh, uh, if you're demonstrating, if you're protesting,
Violence is not the answer. I'm sorry.
you have to do it peacefully. We learned that during the Freedom Convoy. Shout out to the trolls.
But
But
people also need to understand that you
like
can use force. There's a difference between force and violence.
the force used in Ottawa by the truckers was like, geez, in almost every story, it's just a meme. It's like they honked all night long and I couldn't sleep. And it's like, yeah, that sucks. But like, they're not holding a knife to your throat. They're not burning your house down.
And you know what's funny too is we didn't honk all night long. We went
I
at
know
11
you
o'clock
didn't.
when
I know you didn't.
in legal curfew says
Even in
that.
the early day, I still see videos posted where they show all these horns going off in Ottawa and it's dark out. So they say it's the middle of the night.
Well,
But it's
yeah,
like, it's January and it's
we
6 p.m. So yes,
right.
it is pitch black out.
Well, and here's the
But
thing:
it's not
there's
12.
a Canada-wide law that you have to stop being loud at 11 p.m. And that is when we would shut the horns off. Was 11 p.m. It would be
I
quiet.
remember, dude. I saw the live streams. Anyone who watched the actual live streams from day one,
They know.
everyone would know that the horns were not going at night, even from the very start.
And once a week, we would not honk for 1 hour out of the day.
Not till if you go to Reddit and all the Redditors and their stories, they're like, it was literally nonstop from all night long, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., nonstop horns the entire time. And it's like, no, dude, that never happened. So that's that's almost a conspiracy theory.
Some of the parties were hard to break up, but yeah, the horns
Yeah,
weren't on that
there would have
long.
been loud music at parties and some horns.
But all the all the loud parties, they were all down close enough to Parliament that they were not even near residential areas. You wouldn't have even heard us. And even if you did, you would have faintly heard us, not enough to actually complain about. Would have been nightly traffic passing your house, same sound.
The only people
Fucking
who
deal.
complained were fucking Redditors. It was horrible.
All libs. All fucking libs.
There's probably a lot of libs who were okay with it, too, by the way. Who were like, yeah, this is how you do a protest. You don't burn buildings down.
Right.
You show up in huge numbers and you have a big, loud party that annoys people, but you're actually being peaceful and loud. And, man, I kind of get it, too, at times.
Right. Sorry, but it's not allowed to be. It's not illegal to be fucking loud and obnoxious.
If you yell at someone for wearing a mask and they're like, that is intimidating to them, I totally understand that. I've never yelled at someone for wearing a mask. You guys kind of did it in a different way a lot of the time, where you're like, hey, it'd be nice to see your face and your smile. That'd be really beautiful.
Right.
But,
You know how many people I've gotten to take their mask off, though, because of that? Because I do it nicely like that.
And it's like when there were stories where it was like people would honk their horns and scream at people for wearing their mask. During the convoy, I would hear stories like that. And I was like, well, I certainly don't fucking agree with that, because that sounds like intimidation. And if I was there, I would not condone it.
Right.
There were times down at the convoy, whatever border blockade here, where there were certain people who went way overboard. And I was like, I don't fucking grok that shit. And there were mostly just people who were like, yeah, I'd like to just go to the library. I just want to see my kid play hockey at the arena.
Right.
Every time I show up to the library, they check my vaccine card. And I don't want to live in that world.
Man, seeing the kids playing hockey downtown Ottawa, that was one of the best things.
Yeah, that was a big part of it too, because not only were they setting up street hockey for kids, it was like for kids who got kicked out of their own teams.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're not being vaccinated and shit, yeah. And then they even had a couple actual hockey players too come and fucking join in.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing was so fucking stupid.
It was amazing until it got not amazing. But I still love that part too. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why anyway. So, do you know why I find even the violent parts wonderful and amazing? Because we finally had the opportunity to stand up for our country and show the world what the government is capable of doing and what they will do to us. That's what I find amazing about it. Is the fact that they don't even care. They don't even care that we made them show their true colors.
You have to, I don't even care what I happen to agree with the general cause of this movement, which was really across the nation to just, can you please relax the COVID measures? Like, my husband doesn't want to get the jab and he just wants to go with us to the thing. Like, fuck off. Like, most people just felt like, why does the government get to tell me who I get to see on Christmas? Like, honestly, that's why most people joined that protest in the large numbers on the highway overpasses and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, by the end, I don't know. Kind of lost my train of thought, but.
Hey, man, you know what? We went there to make a statement, and a fucking statement did we make.
Yeah, people had to stay to the end to push the government that far because we knew the government would do something like that. And it's not like
it was only a matter of time. That's it. And it took what? How 3 weeks?
And again, I have to say, like, there were stories that came out of the Canadian convoy thing that were like, people set this building on fire, people were doing this, people were doing that, shitting on people's doorsteps, and you know, like, there's all these stories. And then for me, as a fucking YouTube junkie, I was watching the goddamn BLM riots and shit for years, live streams.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just burn towns, like hundreds of buildings sometimes, depending on the shooting.
Right.
They would burn buildings to the ground. It was like a huge riot. And then when I saw the Canadian thing, I was like, yeah, they're not burning things or being violent. So, you know, seems kind of generally okay. Kind of got your, there's the odd goof in the crowd, but generally is being taken care of by the crowd. I don't know. The whole thing is just fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is. I think that we did a good job. I think the mainstream media obviously painted us how they wanted. A lot of people still think that we're misogynists. A lot of people still think that we're crazy. But
Well,
there's
like,
a lot of people that are waking up still. There's a lot of people that have woken up, and there's a lot of people that will continue to wake up because of what's going on in the world now.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that because
there's so many different things going on. People are going to wake up, but the problem is not enough strong people are going to stand up. We're not going to ever see what we've seen in Ottawa again. If we see anything, it'll be Trudeau starting a fucking civil war.
Yeah, or who knows? In the future, anything could happen. But
maybe his resignation, and we all show back up to Ottawa for a party. That's the only thing I could see. Everybody would show up for that. Everybody.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's pretty much over. I think in my own personal opinion that we lost. I think the government is too powerful, and unless enough people stand up, which they won't, we're never going to do what really needs to be done. We're never going to change enough. We're never going to change anything.
Well, I think that, yeah. So, because I've said for a long time, for example, that like, so we have the PPC now, right? This new party that's supposed to like be the renegade party, right? And as long as everyone supports that party, then it'll save Canada. That's what they say. The people who support the PPC.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day,
But what I've just quickly, I'm just going to say that when I, first started talking about this, the real problem is that most people aren't even involved in politics at all, really. At the end of the day, they vote every 4 years, maybe, or whatever, but they're not really involved in politics.
Nobody watches enough or pays enough attention to know who to vote for, to know who's pulling the strings.
But anyone could join,
angle, right?
Anyone could join any party and be a huge influence on that party at any time. You don't need a new party to do that. But that's where the problem is in politics. It's not that we don't have the right party. It's that we don't have an educated population.
And that's That's the fact. That's the problem. That's the facts. That's the truth. We don't have an educated population.
So I would say that anyone pushing someone towards a new party like the PPC, I don't like it. I think it's wrong.
Well, like a question you brought up to me on one of our last streams that we did together, okay? When I was talking about like, hey, take back Canada, blah blah blah, and you brought up the fact that, hey, well, what about the politics part, right? Well, when I I started doing some digging, and I started to realize that nobody has answered that question. Nobody knows what to do when it comes to the politics part. Everyone wants to take over Parliament. Everyone wants to take back Canada. The problem is nobody wants to step up, and nobody wants to make an actual plan that can govern our people properly.
Well, we have a plan, and it's called the multi-layered governmental system, where we have municipal, provincial, and federal government. Now, what people are generally, and what we've been, and it's because of Trudeau and his overreach that we're so focused on federal politics. But federal politics should not be our focus. Like, their job is not to carve society into something new.
Okay, so quickly here.
That's how they see it. That's
you.
how Trudeau sees his job. He's like, my job is to take this country and carve it into something. Like,
well, hear me out.
He's a fucking psycho.
Here's a question for you before I forget. What would your thought be, and how do you think that it would make a change if we all just started locally and started stepping up locally in our cities and towns and electing our local mayors first, and then moving on to the bigger pictures?
Most people do that. That's a normal thing to do. That's a very traditional, normal thing for most people to do.
But then, hear me out. Just hear me out. But then from there, gather all of our mayors of all of our towns and all of our cities and provinces together and have them go into the actual political system.
Well, then they would have two jobs. So I don't really.
Well, then but you would do it for re-election season for both ways, for the mayoral election or whatever, and also for the political elections. You would make sure that you set it up so that you always have someone to replace you.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually haven't heard that before. I'll have to think about it.
It's just things that I've been thinking of.
That's cool, kind of. That's a cool idea.
But you know what I mean? It's different, and it's something nobody's thought of. And I mean, in my own personal mind, if we did it right, I think we could make a real actual change in a way like that, because it would be starting with the people, finishing with the people, right?
I mean, it would force local representation onto the feds.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it would be doing.
That really is what they should like. It's really frustrating where the people. I think anyone in any goddamn country basically can admit that you never really feel these days that the people you voted for are really doing a good job, and they don't care that you voted. They don't respect the relationship, that they're only in power because of you. That's the whole reason we have a democracy.
Well, and that's where my idea comes in, is because people don't believe in who they vote for, but they still believe in voting, right? They still want that that system that
well, you do have to believe in voting, because if 99% of people voted, then we would have something going here. Because let's face it, what's the biggest problem in politics? Low voter turnouts, really.
Would you put your life on that?
Low voter turnouts being the biggest problem?
No, if 99% of our people voted, we would make a difference. Would you put your life on that? And I only ask because
my life would
look
be
at
on
how
the
many
line.
people vote now,
Yes.
and look at how rigged it is now. No matter what,
I think all of our lives would be on the line if 99% of people voted.
Well, I'm just saying it because voting is rigged. The system is rigged. Millions of people do vote, but the problem is that they still handpick who they want, right? And they make you think that you're voting for who you want to vote for, but realistically they're planting it in your head and theirs that you're voting for who they want you to vote for, right?
We got some Andy Heinrich in the chat. I just want to
Yeah.
shout out because chat's been slow, so let's shout him out when we can. But this is a good conversation, and I think we're both bringing up good points about voting.
I want to believe in the system again. I will tell you straight up, the reason why I don't vote is because I don't believe in the system. I don't believe enough people do vote, and I don't believe that enough people with power vote that could actually make a fucking difference.
Well,
like me, I'm one guy. My one vote is not going to make a difference.
The thing is, if you lose faith in voting and you still have strong political beliefs,
right? Time to escape the matrix. But what is voting? Like at the end of the day, I want to bring this up because Amanda Wrigley here says time to escape the matrix, and this is why I'm going to bring this up. Why do we vote? Do we vote for our next show? Do we vote for our next what? What do we vote for?
It depends a lot.
At the end of the day, we're still stuck in this matrix.
Really depends on the voter because some people just vote and then that's all they do. And a lot of other voters will vote but also get involved.
And that's where my idea comes in is what if we pushed locally into federally? Do you know what I mean? Like the idea that I said there, if we could start local with the mayors and push the mayors up and have someone replace them and so on and so on, and people that can be like, it could be local fucking people. Do you know what I mean? And then we can put everything local. Then no matter what, it starts, processes, and ends with the people. That way it's actually by the people for the fucking people.
Yeah, I totally agree. And my main thing is that,
but that would bring the belief in voting back.
Usually people who say like we need a whole new system are people who don't believe.
I don't think we need a whole new system. I just think
I don't believe that either. And
I don't. No, Procky. I'm not saying to.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm just saying to extend it a little bit, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Word. No, I think we have some. Like, dude, our ancestors invented this shit.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, there's people that do believe in it, but they would believe in it more if we could just not, like I said, not change it or crash it, but just extend it a little bit, make it better.
Yeah.
Right?
Work with it, and a huge part of that is just people getting, I don't know, involved. I don't know.
And that's why I'm saying that. So, Amanda, my idea was what I just said there. If we could start locally, we can put our own mayors like we normally would do. And instead of stopping at that level and just giving up and not watching from there, right? And just putting a vote in and saying, who cares? Why not continue locally and help our mayors prosper and step up a level, right? And then we can have the next person below them step up a level, and so on and so on. And then we always have a local outcome, right? We always have a local outcome. You bring all the small towns and cities and provinces and everything together. You agree on a plan. You go and you know what I mean?
I mean, that's how it's supposed to work.
But it doesn't. So how could we make something like that work? Just extend it, make it better. Hold all the
Oh shit! Toronto's up 3-2 with 4 minutes to go in the game.
Hey Deborah, how are you tonight? But like, hold the elitists and the corrupted accountable, and start local, and fucking always have your local fucking. It'll always be by the people, right? At the end of the day, it would always be by the people to benefit the people. Like, if I was somebody running for office, I tell you right now, I'd be lowering fucking taxes. I'd be fucking putting up minimum wage. I'd be putting out more jobs. I'd be kicking some immigrants out of our country because we need a little bit less. Just the useless ones that make our Canadians homeless. I'd start putting Canadians back into homes. I'd start helping the ones who need help off the street. And I would start slowly, not just be like, oh, hey, here's a house. No, we can't do that. You got to work them into it, especially the ones who have issues. Those ones, they need help. They need proper help. And I would get that help for
I
them.
think there's such thing as, smart immigration policy where you can take in 50 to 100,000, maybe with, looking at what they contribute to certain things, the economy. This is how they used to do it, by the way, for a long time.
Fixed healthcare, yeah. And
it's just like, all these things. But now we're looking at millions a year, over 1 million last year, I think. And really no checks going on there. So that's why you see these videos of people lining up to get a job at Tim Hortons or get a job at the liquor store or whatever.
Yeah, but if you look at all these
because we used to
Canadians that work in these places. When I go to Timmy's or McDonald's or I go to fucking grocery store, it's either an Indian or an Asian or it's never a Canadian.
But like our immigration policy used to kind of be like, yeah, you can come and live here totally, but like, what are you what do you do? And for a long time, the strength of our nations, both Canada and the US, was kind of built on bringing in, people who are strong people. It doesn't matter who they are, what race they are, what country they're from. They're like businessmen and company owners and all kinds of people who did business, and they're smart and they have workers, and go from there, right? Like, figure out how to bring people in a smart way where you're generating revenue for the economy, generating whatever products, generating things, innovating, doing all these things instead of just bringing in 1 million people with no plan whatsoever. That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck, what time is it? Oh man, I'm getting tired. I think I just have a problem with the fact that we're putting so many Canadians on the streets.
Yeah, it's funny, people were coming here from Syria and Ukraine, and they were living on the streets within 6 months of arriving here and thinking, why the fuck did I come to Canada?
Right. It's one of the hardest countries to live in right now.
There are stories like that. You won't hear it on CBC, but there's a lot of stories like that.
I know. I seen a couple stories like that, and this one fucking guy came from Africa, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my life would be so much better in Canada. Go live the Canadian dream." And what Canadian dream? And then it showed him. There was another clip. He's in the middle of winter. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm going back to Africa. I can't take this shit anymore. Fuck you. Fuck you all." So yeah, people hate Canada.
Yeah, well, that's what happens too, Anyway,
they thought they would love it.
Certain people predicted this. I don't want to say who they are. They're very racist, right-wing people, but they said, if you let in millions of immigrants over these many years, they're gonna come to hate this country because they've turned it into a overpopulated, ungovernable shithole.
Right.
There's too many people, not enough jobs. Maybe there's whatever. There's so many problems. There's no permits for building houses. In Canada, you can't just have a slum town. Like they have those in India, where there's a whole city that's like slum because there's no building permits and people can just build their own house and they can figure it out and they can do what they want. And it's not like that here. So,
nope.
Anyway,
It's not like that here at all.
It's a big, complicated topic, and there's no way we can discuss it intelligently on this channel tonight.
No. We'll have to wait for just the Rumble stream. I'm going to end it off anyway. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, go Leafs, go. Do you want to stay until the game's over? Because it's almost over.
I don't care about the Leafs.
You told me you cared. Now you don't care.
Sometimes I haven't been feeling
They're in the playoffs.
I came out of the shower and I tripped and I fucking smoked my head off the wall and I like almost knocked myself out. And I just haven't been feeling good. I'm epileptic, man, so when I hit my head, it's not good.
That doesn't sound good at all.
I've just not been having a very good day today. And I'm feeling weak, and I've eaten lots. I've not really drank enough water. That could be another problem. But I came out of the bathroom, and I kind of twisted my ankle the wrong way, and I fucking fell out the door into the wall in front of the bathroom, and I had to go lay down. I felt like I was going to fucking put myself into a seizure.
Shit, son.
So that's why I've been smoking so much weed. I'm like trying to keep myself calm and smoking indica right now, slow myself down.
Are you sure you don't care if the Leafs win on Boston ice?
I know they're winning.
Yeah.
If they're up 4-3, they're winning this game.
Well, we got 15 seconds to go here. Pretty sure
Well, by the time I smoke this popper, they'll be winning.
Yeah. All right. So that's a good sign. Okay. So Boston-Toronto is now a 1-1 series tie.
I should have put a bet in tonight. Fuck.
It's a 1-1 series tie. And that's good for Toronto to win a game in Boston. Listen, Dakota, you fucking told me you believe in the Leafs, that the Leafs are your team. Now I gotta
go Leafs, go. Let's go. Woohoo.
Now I gotta believe in them for you. Come on.
I know. I'm just.
Holy.
I'm not feeling good.
All right. Well, I hope you feel better. And we'll have another session of conversation soon, brother.
I'll feel better tomorrow. I just need a good night's sleep. I need to put a fucking water thing on my head.
Words on.
Pass out. So thanks for the chat though, man. Fuck, we kept it nice. It was nice and interesting tonight, and fuck yeah.
A little bit out there, a little bit grounded.
Right. Maybe we'll do another one or two before I get my equipment, but I really want to get my equipment.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Right. All right, bro. All right, everybody on the chat. Have a good night. Procky, have a good night. Everybody, much love. Peace, love, and freedom.
Peace, y'all.
We'll see you on the next one.